Pentatonic, first position. Let's get right into it, and I just want to thank everybody who subscribed. Number 900, that was a huge, huge monumental moment right there. So let's keep going. We'll see where we'll get this, but if you've got a couple minutes, 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, tune in. Give your guitar some guitar candy. So right now, I'm just kind of like focusing on giving, some people I'm trying to like show, some of the things that I wish I would have been shown within the first 6 months to the year of learning to play guitar. And last week I was talking about thirds, or, just kind of like running through the diatonic chords by just, using two note chords to kind of get through and just kind of come up with ideas, or just, memorize the fretboard, or just look at the guitar a little differently. So, when I first started going to guitar lessons, I went to Guitar Center in Santa Ana, California, from Orange County back home, and this dude Carlos, one of the first things that he showed me was this A minor pentatonic scale. And that's kind of like all he showed me. I think the first thing was like some kind of like bluesy rock riff like that, and I was just like in heaven with that. But so I'm just like going to show you a couple, 5 ways that I would think of, I would have liked to have been shown how to use the scale, or just to, use this shape to just practice or warm up, or just learn how to, kind of improvise with the guitar. So the first one is what I call kind of playing in fourths. There's 2 ways to think about it, but I'm starting, if you don't know the scale, if we just look at it here, let's look at it here in G. 3rd fret, 6th fret on the E string. Then we're going to go 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 6, 3, 6. And it's a 5-note scale, meaning if this is my root here in G, here's my minor 3rd, B flat, 4th is C, D on my 5th, my flat 7 is an F, back home to my root. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to my root. Minor 3rd. So that was kind of like descending back on that minor pentatonic scale by playing what I call when I say 4th, just like the note below, like if this was my root. Another way is playing it in thirds. So let's go up here to the 8th fret. Say we're in C. C minor. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's using it, going ascending or descending, playing in threes. Another way would be like, Bristol line number 1. Another way would be practicing your alternate picking. Like say, you're practicing some kind of warm-up routine and you're just learning how to utilize the pick and get your fingers to do what you want them to do. The idea is to pick down on the first note, up on the second note, down on the third, up on the fourth. And that would utilize some kind of warm-up exercise. But if you were to move it into the pentatonic or minor pentatonic shape, you could think, if you're starting here on your root, say we're here in C, 8th fret, so it would go down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down. If you know all of the positions, you could, say we're in A and we start here. This is my root A. Haha. Anyways, moving on. So that was all number one, just ways to kind of warm up using that minor pentatonic scale. Number two, moving into number two, would be something like practicing your articulations. Meaning articulations, with the guitar we can utilize so many different things like string bending, sliding into notes, hammer-ons, you can, pull off to a note on the scale. Just to give it a little more character. And then, the final thing would be vibrato. Meaning, taking the pitch of the note and kind of taking it out of pitch and bringing it back in to pitch. And that's, why we want to play guitar, right? Is to goof around and pretend like we're, rock stars or whatever, and just kind of bending strings and getting it all wild and making it scream like a banshee. Moving on, number three. You can practice, your improv with this position. With, backing tracks or whatever. You could think of, like, you could come up with a riff or just kind of flow with the backing track and see where it takes you. But and all the while keeping in mind, your root, minor third, fourth, fifth, flat 7, root, minor third, fourth, fifth. Just knowing, like where those tones are, when you need them. So let's check out a backing track, and we'll do something like an E minor up here on the 12th fret, which will be like 12, 15, 12, 14, 12, 15, 12, 12, 15, 12. Oh, before we start this first backing track, I've been using the some Metallica download that I found on the Spark. I don't know if you can see it in camera, but I've just really been loving this little amp. I've used it for my lessons. I take it with me everywhere. But yeah, so I'm just playing some kind of E minor backing track here, and I'll be up here at the 12th. I mean, you could play E minor down here too. So here, I'll just play it and kind of jump in and see what I can come up with. Just, trying to get my feet wet, if you will, seeing like if I can lock in somewhere. I'll start it this time and I'll focus more on the root note. Some slides. Hammer on. Unison bend. Down to first position. Kind of get lost in the mix. I took that from fretboard. Nasty bends. So, trying to find inspiration in front of a camera right now. I'm a little lost, but you get the idea, I'm just noodling and goofing around in that E minor pentatonic position up here at the 12th, leading off at the 12th fret. So, how about maybe like a 12 bar blues, like we'll think like A minor. kind of goofing around in a 12 bar, my root, my 1, my 4, and my 5. So it was kind of like 4 bars of A, about 2 bars of D, went back to A, I turn around, back to home. 5, and then it starts over. So another thing you can think about with this position, say, if this is our root, if we make 1, 2, 3, if we go up to where our pinky goes on this minor third, if we make that our root, in this case, this would be a C note, it can become a major pentatonic scale. Because now my root is this C note, and the intervals around it are, making it major. So say I want to improvise over like a backing track and use a basic major pentatonic scale over it. Root C, major second, third, fourth, my fifth, back to my root. Any of those bends or root or articulations you use with the minor pentatonic, you can use here with the major. Maybe this isn't the best tone for this backing track. And this backing track does have a couple minor chords in it. It's really so it's kind of working against me a little bit, but the way these intervals play against the chords are kind of cool though. Do all your regular bends. Just you're landing on a different root note.